Let's work on improving walking. For this series, we're going to be flat on our back, face up. Lying face up, we have our hands down to our sides nice and neutral. Our feet and legs are directly underneath our pelvis here. We're not out to the sides, we're right down the middle, nice neutral position. We're going to begin by lengthening our right leg down towards the wall on that end of the mat and just bring it back up to neutral. Or almost like we're trying to step on an imaginary floor that's just beneath us here. As we're reaching down, we're feeling the concavity of the spine as left hip lifts up, spine turns as we reach the right leg down. Just sensing how the spine hollows on that left side as we cinch the left hip up here. Just performing a few more reps, really reaching that right leg down and back. Let's do 5 to 10 of these on this right side here. We're just breathing and sensing the musculature as it fires. Let's switch it over to the left side. On that left side, we're reaching down as well. Elongating that left leg down, feeling that right hip cinch up, feeling the right side of the spine hollow. Nice job. Really lengthening down. My hands are here to sense, not to push. I'm not pushing my body. I'm just feeling how the body is lengthening here. Nice job. Now we're going to begin to alternate. We're going to do about 20 reps of these. And so we're just pushing one foot down, pushing the other foot down. And as we start rocking from side to side, we can begin to imagine how the hip starts to rock back and forth when we're walking. And so we can start making small pelvic circles, stepping the right foot down, lifting the left leg, pushing the left leg down, lifting the right, alternating side to side, like we're slow motion walking. It's a small, subtle oscillation of the pelvis as we're rocking side to side. We can feel the low back muscles working as we pull the hip up towards the ribs at quadratus lumborum. We can feel the obliques and the hips of the muscles of the waist, rocking the hips side to side. Excellent work. And just one more with that left side. Good. And relax. Let's work on controlling the waist. For this series, we're going to be in a side lying position. Let's begin. In this series here, we're going to be in a side lying position. Our ankles are going to be directly underneath our hips. Our knees are out front. Our arm is extended up overhead. Our ear is against that shoulder. I happen to be on my left side here. My right arm is going to come up and around over the top of my head, almost gripping my ear on the opposite side. The purpose here is to create a nice frame so that the head, neck, and shoulder are all one piece. What we're doing here is we're creating this frame that's going to lift towards the ceiling as this musculature here begins to contract. So we don't do this sort of motion here. Creating that beautiful frame again, right ear on the left shoulder, right hand on left ear, lifting up towards the ceiling, our elbows going towards the top here and down. And as we inhale, we raise up, cinching the musculature of the hip and waist. And we're just doing 3 to 5 reps here, getting a sense of that musculature and how it's working here. Excellent job. We can release this frame over the top of the head and bring our hand to the side here. For this, we're going to be moving our top leg here, but we're going to be internally rotating from the knee so that the whole thigh starts to roll down. I'm not dropping my leg into the mat here, I'm keeping it stacked. So as we internally rotate here, we can begin to feel the hip lift as we cinch the musculature of the corset here. Good. We're just doing 3 to 5 reps here. Nice inhale and exhale. And one more. And down. And like all things, we're going to look to do a combo move. So right hand, left ear. Beautiful. Lifting the elbow toward the ceiling as we internally rotate the thigh, sensing the musculature of the corset. And exhale. And final one. Lifting everything as a unit, internally rotating the thigh, cinching the corset, and down relax. Excellent work. Let's switch to the other side. On our right side here, our right ear is on our right shoulder. Our left arm, left hand, left palm on right ear, creating that beautiful frame around the head, neck, and shoulder. Nice breath in, we lift that elbow toward the ceiling, that whole piece coming up together, sensing the waistline, the corset. Getting 3 to 5 reps here. Small pause at the top as we inhale and exhale. Inhale, we go up. Exhale, we go down. Inhale, we're sensing that musculature, last rep, and down. We can keep our hand here if we're comfortable. If not, we can bring our hand down to our waist so we can sense the internal rotation of the top leg. Beautiful, keep the knees nice and stacked. You're kissing your big toes together at the end of each completed rep. Great, and bring that arm up and around again. As we lift the elbow towards the ceiling, so does our heel. Sensing the musculature of that waistline. Nice control of the corset. Almost like we're lifting our entire torso up towards the ceiling. 2 more. Heel up, elbow up, cinch the corset. Sense the contracture of the waistline, controlling that beautiful musculature. Last rep and we're done. You can feel that length in through the pelvis on this side. Feel the length on the opposite.
The main goal of this series is to sense ourselves in space. In the next portion, we're going to be lying on our back, making an X with our body. Our legs are going to be spread apart in a comfortable distance, arms parted as well, creating a nice X on the floor. We're going to be sensing how we're moving the body in elongation style patterning. Let's begin. So from this X position on the floor here, we're going to drive our heel down to the wall that's towards our feet, almost elongating the whole side of the body here. And as we elongate from here, we can feel that left hip lift. And then relax. And we're getting a sense of how this is driving down. We feel the musculature of the waist here. We know how to control it. We're lengthening down, but really cinching from the left side here. Good. And just 2 more reps. We're doing 5 counts for all these motions here. Great job. And we're going to crisscross over. So we worked the right leg here. Let's work the left arm here. So again, elongating up. And as we push up through the arm here, we're really just getting a sense of how long can we get here. And sometimes it takes more than 5 reps. Sometimes it takes, 10, maybe 15. And we're just getting a sense of keeping that shoulder down, elongating up. Does the motion come from the shoulder? Does it come from the hip? I'm starting to feel it over here as we start getting longer and longer and longer. I'm feeling the cinch happening here. And so, and up. Okay. Beautiful. Just 2 more. And get long here. Fabulous. Now we're going to do our left leg. So starting with our right, left arm, left leg. And so from here, driving down towards the wall. Feeling that cinch on that right side here. Great work. We'll do one more here. Just lengthening down from that heel, not the toe, from the heel. Beautiful. Come over to that right arm. We're just start driving that up. Getting that nice reach like we're picking apples. Good. And you can see how my body starts to compensate as I reach and reach and reach and reach, and I almost look like I'm coming up, but I'm not. I'm staying nice and stable, but I'm feeling the way my waist is shifting. Good. Great. So we have a sense of the motions of the arms and the legs and the patterns that they move in. We're going to combine them all into a series, and we're going to do 10 rounds of this. So we're going to elongate the right leg down, left arm up, left leg down, right arm up, right leg down, left arm up, left leg down, right arm up. So here we go. Right down, left up, left down, right up, right down, left up, left down, right up, right down, left up, left down, right up, right down, left up, left down, right up. And you guys get a sense of that patterning, and make sure you continue on through those 10 reps, those 10 cycles. For this series, we're going to be flat on our back, face up.
For this part of the series, we're going to have our legs as far apart as comfortable here. And so what we're looking to do is learn how to control the musculature of the hip joint itself, increasing the mobility of the hip joint through control. And what we're going to be doing is dropping the knee in towards midline, rolling the whole hip down toward that left leg. So right leg is coming down, almost like we're trying to tuck it in between the arch of the left leg. Nice job. Feeling the hip lift up as we roll towards the left side. And we're keeping this left leg nice and vertical here. Right is rolling down. You feel that tightness in the hip joint. I can. And we're just dropping in nicely here. Perfect.
Couple reps on the right side, and then we're really working towards moving that left now. And we're just easing the body into this motion, 5 to 10 reps. This is where we're just warming up the hip joint. The goal is the alternation, which we're going to be beginning in a second. And here we're just getting a sense of that hip as it lifts, the tightness as we're working through the firing of the musculature of the hip joint complex, keeping that right leg as vertical as possible. Just one more rep here, lifting that leg, elongating the leg ever so slightly. Excellent. And let's begin by alternating now. So right leg in first, keeping that left leg vertical, left leg in second, right leg is staying vertical. And what we're doing here is we're feeling how the body rolls from side to side. We're feeling that pelvic rocking sensation as we alternate from side to side, lengthening the spine as the knee tucks behind the opposite leg. Just feeling that rocking sensation, that roll. It's going to allow the spine to twist gently from side to side. And we'll see how this feels and how we can repeat it to improve our walking. And one last one on the left. Just gently tucking it in underneath, behind that right side. Right side is staying as vertical as possible. Nice job. And relax. In this part of the series here, our legs are parallel, directly underneath the hip sockets. So your legs should be about 2 fists apart. Nice job. And so what we're looking to do here, where we were rocking the leg from side to side in the last part of the series, now we're going to be elongating the leg down. So imagine that the shaft of the femur here is going to be poking out towards the ceiling through the knee. So gently lifting the hip up off the mat here, poking towards the ceiling, almost like you're plugging your knee into the outlet on the wall. And so rocking up and down. Try and keep this left side nice and vertical as well. Sensing how the hip is lifting. As your right side lifts, the left side presses back and into the floor. We're keeping our feet where they are on the mat. We're not sliding them around. Last one on the right. Beautiful. And then let's start with the left side. Again, left hip is lifting. The femur's moving towards the ceiling. Just enough, almost like you're just finishing plugging in to the outlet. And last one on the left here. And we're going to go immediately to the right. And so what we're doing here is we're alternating side to side. Very subtle motion, plugging, moving the femur towards the ceiling. Feel the right side engage as the left moves up, left side engage down as the right side moves up. Place your hands behind your back and feel the tips of your fingers get smushed a bit into the mat as you rock from side to side. It's a very subtle hip lift. Trying to keep our legs as parallel and as vertical as possible as we undulate from side to side. And last 2, and 1, and relax. For the final part of the series here, we're going to be combining all the motions together. So we're going to begin with our right leg up in that neutral position just underneath the pelvis in alignment with the hip here. And so we're going to be pulling that left leg up, elongating the right leg down, from the shaft of the femur and bringing that leg down towards the end of the mat as we contract that left side up, rising that knee. And so we're going to continue through the motion and then swing it opposite. So now we're pushing the left leg down, drawing the right leg up, almost like we're walking. And so again, femur down, hip up, knee and foot down, opposite again, and we're driving back and forth. And so as we're moving our body, we're getting a sense of that body roll, that hip lift, the elongation of the pelvis down and up. We're squeezing on the upside and down. We're trying to keep the body as vertical as possible. Sometimes it's a bit difficult with the pelvic roll that we have as we undulate through this walking series here. Just 2 more reps. We're looking to do 20, but for brevity's sake. Good, and back to that start position. So we're looking to feel how the waist is cinching from side to side. We're feeling that pelvic rock, and we're feeling how our hip joint is moving in and out. All the different components of a nice, beautiful gait. Nice work.